Hey, it's Michelle coming to you with some kitchen inspiration. I've got a fun little twist on chimichurri today. So I'm defrosting a couple cod fillets from my freezer that we're going to saute up in this 11-inch skillet for my Brilliance cookware set. And I got something fun from the farm this week, and I thought I would share with you a little way to use it. Sorry, my thing is not working well. I don't know why it's not working well. Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera in the right position. Just give me a second. All right, so I got carrots with carrot tops on them from the farm this week. So that's kind of an unusual thing to get. So my husband eats a lot of carrots, so I picked these up. Figured he could eat those. But then I was like, carrot tops are edible. So I thought, what could I do with them? I found this recipe, and I'm going to try this today to put on my fish. We eat fish at least once a week because it's just good for us. So I'm taking these carrot tops, taking my 5-inch Santuco, just cutting them into manageable pieces, and I'm going to make chimichurri with them. I'm grabbing my blender. Before I get it all dirty, I'm going to show you what it looks like on the inside of all those blades. So I'm going to add some stuff to this blender. I always like to put the liquid in first. So I'm going to put in a little bit of orange juice, a tablespoon or two. I'm going to put, actually I think I'm going to put my garlic in next. So I'm going to put in a couple of cloves of garlic. I'm going to peel them first because we don't want the peels in our chimichurri. Whoops. Garlic is flying across my kitchen because it decided to take a dive. So I'm putting in 2 large cloves of garlic. Get the other one. And I'm going to put all of these carrot tops in. Putting the stems in too, because they're edible also. Then I went out to my backyard where I have a, I don't know, probably 15-year-old oregano plant out by my pond. That's been there since it was a vegetable garden in that area, which was a long time ago, but it's a perennial and it just grows like crazy. So taking the leaves off of a couple stems. And I'm going to put this fresh oregano in. Oregano is a good plant for your garden because the animals don't bother it, which is weird, but they just ignore it. So the rabbits and all, which they eat everything else, they don't eat that. All right, I'm going to put that in. This said fresh parsley, but I don't have any. So I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of dried parsley and green onions, which if you know me, you know they're always in my freezer because I buy a bunch and I cut them up and I put them in my freezer because they go bad so fast, and this way they're always there for when I want to make a good recipe. This also said orange zest, which I didn't have any, so we're just going to skip that. Sometimes I have that in my freezer, but I must have used it up, and we haven't been eating a lot of oranges because they're not in season. When they're in season, I do grate a bunch of oranges and put them in my freezer. All right, and some crushed red pepper flakes. I'm gonna put in about a pinch and a half. It said a teaspoon, but that's a lot. So I'm not putting in that much. That was too much for my flavor, my taste buds. I don't want that much in it. And then it says 2 tablespoons of vinegar. I'm using white vinegar. It said balsamic, but my husband doesn't like balsamic, so I don't have that in my house. And 1/4 cup of olive oil. Where are all my measuring cups? There's one. So I'm going to put 1/4 cup of olive oil. So we do have some liquid in here. We had some orange juice and some olive oil. All right, let me get this stuff out of the way and pull my blender out where it's going to be effective. All right, so I got all the stuff stuffed into the blender. Pop it on top. When you put your blender on, if it says lid, it means your lid's not on and it won't operate because it doesn't want to make a giant mess. So it will not work without the lid on. All right. So my lid is on now, but it's not locked, so it still says that. So listen to this noise. So it sounds like R2D2. That means it's ready to go. We have all these special settings, but I'm just going to use pulse. Okay, lesson. Here's a lesson. Those carrot pieces are very lightweight, so I'm going to need to push them down. I'm going to use my tamper here and set this up here for a minute.